Just a reminder for you to let your children know that today is a beginning of what is known as Holy Week. It commemorates the Christian belief in the triumphant entry of Jesus to Jerusalem. The crowd laid palm branches in his path. Thursday is leading on Thursday, it led to his arrest. And then on Friday, Good Friday, he was crucified. Uh, Remember, hope is not a plan, but a validation of our faith in the resurrection and our eternal salvation as Christians. So as you move forward this week, please make your children know that Jesus came on that day, this Sunday, to celebrate the Jewish Passover, and was on Thursday of this week was arrested, and on Friday was crucified. So with that, we will now share with you the Sunday morning message from Dr. Howard Thurman. This morning's reading comes from Dr. Howard Thurman's Meditations of the Heart on page 74, lesson 10. To what loyalty are you true? It is never quite possible to resolve in a manner that is completely satisfying the conflict between loyalties. There is the conflict between loyalty to ideals of mercy on the one hand and the loyalty to the ideal of literal truth-telling on the other. In Henry Van Dyke's story, The Other Wise Man, there is an account of one experience which the other wise man had with Herod's soldiers. He came to the court within He came into a court within which had with Herod's soldier. He came into a court with which was a cottage. When he entered the cottage, he found a young woman and her male child hiding in a corner. Herod had dispatched his soldiers to kill all male children under a certain age. When the leader of a small group of soldiers appeared at the door of the cottage, he asked the other wise man. At the door of the cottage, he asked the other wise man, is there a male child in this house? Whereupon the reply came back directly, no, and the child's life was spared. If you had been at the door, to which loyalty would you have been true? Perhaps if it were your own child, there would be no question, I wonder. Or consider the conflict between loyalty to an ultimate goal and loyalty to the immediate goal, both of which are good, but one seems to be better than the other, though more remote. The platitude, a bird in one hand and worth two in the bush, is one answer. How often do we size up the immediate good because it is within reach and thereby sacrifice the better things because their time interval is as great that we fear we shall die before we realize it? To escape the risk of losing all, we accept what is available. The issue becomes clear when we apply to concrete situations. A man runs for a political office. Standing outside of the responsibility of the office, it is clear to him what is right, the ideal thing to do. When he is elected, he becomes a man with responsibility of office. In all his days, he wrestles with loyalty to his ideas and loyalty to responsibilities of office. Power always involves a man and a network of compromise. This is true because a man has to be selfless in relation to his ideals or be destroyed by them. Power always includes more than private relations between a man and his personal ideas. To give up the struggle is to lose one's soul. And if we would a man give in exchange for his soul, fame, prestige, glory, or power? This is reflections this morning from Dr. Howard Thurman. And in these times where we live, where, as the African proverb says, the drum beats for the one in power. And so, again, we would remind you to, if you have an opportunity, to pick up this little book. You don't have to hear me read it. You can read it yourself. It's a wonderful guide map for affirmations in your life. It is, once again, The Meditations of the Heart by Dr. Howard Thurman. And for those of you who want to delve deeper into your spirituality and this man called Jesus who rode into Jerusalem on this day, certainly you should pick up the book, Jesus and the Disinherited. Once again, this is Randy LaFall wishing you a happy Palm Sunday and a reflective Holy Week. Peace be with you all.
In this space, may we all find solace, inspiration, and perhaps a touch closer to the light that beckons within. This is Sunday Moments. Join us as we embark on a spiritual exploration, guided by the luminous words of Dr. Howard Thurman and the insightful voice. This podcast aims to be a compass, a guiding light as we navigate the often murky waters of existence. Here we will celebrate the triumphs of the Spirit, delve into the shadows of doubt, and ultimately emerge a little closer to the understanding the grand orchestra of life's purpose. So settle in, dear listener. Let the worries of the week melt away and allow yourself to be enveloped by the transformative power of Dr. Thurman's words, masterfully interpreted